Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to put some new tires on the Farmall Super C this morning. Despite our success with this front right tire on one of the previous videos, it keeps going flat. And these are just crappy radial tires anyway. So I'm going to get these removed and get some tractor tires installed. I'll show you those in just a minute. But for now, we'll get this thing fired up. This will definitely be a cold start. I haven't started it in quite a while, and it's about 30 degrees or so, maybe 29 this morning. And then we got to air that tire up, get it in front of the shop, and get to work. All right, let's see if we can get this high lift jack to work. I'm just going to do one tire at a time. Now I'm going to attempt to do this by leaving the wheel on the tractor. If that doesn't work that way, then we'll pull it off, but I'm going to try to leave it on. So the first things first, let's get this valve stem removed and get all this air out of the tire that we just inflated. Like I said in one of the earlier videos, these front wheel bearings feel great. Spins nice and freely, no wobble at all. Well, I got ahead of myself with the jack here. I didn't want to jack it up quite yet because I want the tire on the ground to let out all the air possible. There we go. And because this tire is going to be going to the dump, it's okay if we just cut it. Might make it easier to get off the rim that way. Well, you know what they say in life, if one way isn't working, try something else. All right, the tire's off. The rim actually looks in pretty decent shape. We'll get a wire wheel to it here in just a minute. But I'm going to remove the valve stem because we're going to run tubes. Remember, this tire did not have a tube in it. Now when we put a tube in it this time, we won't have to worry about the actual tire bead making a perfect contact with the rim. All right, here's the tube. Made in Korea, it is what it is. Now, if this was summertime, I'd fill up a bucket of water and fill this up with air and hold it underneath the water to see if there was any leaks. You can tell by the bubbles, right? But it's winter time, the spigots are frozen. So I'm just gonna add some air in this and squirt some soapy water around it just to see if we see anything obvious. You will not believe how cheaply I got these tires and tubes for. It's almost so cheap, I don't think you're gonna believe me, but just stay tuned for that. I'll tell you here in a few minutes. I don't see any leaks, so we're gonna move forward. Here's our tire. It's a D-Stone, whatever company that might be. and they are 5 by 15. So it looks like they're going to be a little bit snug getting on, but they should fit really nicely once they're on. All right, now we got that one side on. Before we do anything else, we're gonna put some baby powder down inside the tire. This, in theory, will prevent chafing between the rubber tube and the rubber tire when they're dry, you know, just going in together for the first time. And should help the tube slide around and find a place where it wants to sit, so it won't bind up and chafe. Now we put the tube in, and of course we're going to try to line it up with the hole in the rim. Got to start somewhere. All right, we got the valve stem through the hole. Now we just have to get this outer lip of the tire into the rim, and we can pump it up. And this is a part you have to be careful of when you're using these spoons, because the tube's already in there, right? And if you pinch the tube accidentally between the rim and your tool, you're gonna put a hole in it. Ask me how I figured that one out. I'd like to get myself a tire changing machine someday, but do you guys know if you can get these kind of rims on a machine like that? Does that work? Do they have to be more like an automobile rim? In the meantime, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. All right, one's done. For those of you that are following along with the Willys project, well, that's the engine. I had to take it back out. I've got it wrapped back up and strapped to the pallet. It's gonna go off to the shipping depot in a couple days, and I'll fill you in on that in a couple of weeks. Well, I'm not gonna make you guys watch me do this whole thing on this side. So we're just gonna hit the highlights and I'll show you the whole thing when we're done. So on this wheel, the bolts were in the wrong direction. This tire had a tube where the other one did not. And this rim was more rusty on the inside than the other one was. How did I do this before? Well, I got the tire all on, I got the inner tube in, went to inflate it, and there was a leak in the tube. So, and there wasn't just a small leak either, it was a massive leak in the tube. So I must have pinched it, like I said, earlier. That can occur sometimes. I was careful, but evidently I got it regardless. So that was kind of frustrating, and after all that work, I picked up my tools, got in the truck, and drove to Les Schwab. And I said, can you replace this tube for me and inflate it? And they said, sure, no problem. I waited maybe 20 minutes and had it done. And there was even a part of this rim that had gotten bent, you know, sometime in the past, maybe like a 6-inch section or so. Looked like it had been pushed in. There's kind of a whammy in there. And I don't see that anymore. So I think the guys at the tire shop must have banged that out for me. If that inner tube problem occurred earlier in the day, I may have just gone and bought a inner tube and replaced it myself. Like I said, I was kind of frustrated, kind of tired, and I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So popping that inner tube cost me 38 bucks total. But that's them replacing the inner tube, that's them inflating it and taking the that little bend out of the wheel. So I think that was 38 bucks well spent. All right, she's done. So, any guesses as to what 2 brand new tires and 2 brand new tubes cost? I bought them off of eBay, and I think somehow that guy was associated with Amazon because Amazon shipped it. 2 new tires, 2 new tubes was $148.88. I will say that again. 2 tires and 2 tubes, $148. Free shipping. eBay added, you know, the sales tax onto it. So the total cost for everything was $157. I was thinking more like $400 or $500 for all of that. And that's really why I didn't do it any sooner than I did. But the grand total was 157 bucks. That just kind of blows my mind. So I will report back to you guys after I have been using the tires for a while and let you know how they're holding up. But for an old tractor like this, it's not going to get used every day. I am very happy with that price. Even with adding the 38 bucks that, you know, that was my fault, still under 200 bucks for the whole project. So not too bad, huh? Anyway, let's get this thing fired up and put it away for now.